Welcome to PJC's online pre-assessment activity. The purpose of this activity is to help you prepare to take the Tested Success Initiative Assessment Test, also known as the TSI Assessment. This activity will explain what the TSI Assessment is, what academic skills are tested, how important it is for you to take this test seriously, and how you can prepare to do your best. The TSI Assessment allows PJC to determine a student's readiness for college-level courses. The TSI Assessment is comprised of reading comprehension, mathematics, and writing sections, which may include an essay. The results of the TSI Assessment will assist PJC advisors in scheduling you in the courses where you will be most successful based on your specific reading, math, and writing skills. The state of Texas requires that all students entering public colleges have entrance test scores in reading, writing, and math before enrolling in college-level coursework. Some students are exempt from testing. If your ACT, SAT, high school exit level TAKS scores, or STAR scores are high enough, you are not required to take an entrance test. In addition, completing and passing a college-level course in certain reading, writing, or math courses exempts you. If you already have an associate's degree or higher, or if another public college in Texas shows that you are TSI complete, you are complete at PJC as well. There are also exemptions for veteran students who have been on active military duty for 3 or more years. Students enrolled in a Level 1 certificate are temporarily waived from testing and remedial requirements. If you think you should be waived or exempt from testing, please contact the advising office or the admissions office. Preparing for the TSI Assessment before you test can help you save both time and money. Lower scores may mean that you have to take extra courses at PJC. On the other hand, higher scores may mean that you can take fewer courses. It is very important that you do your best on each section. We encourage you to study the additional materials provided in the links below. Preparing for the TSI Assessment will improve your chances of scoring well and may reduce the number of courses that you have to take at PJC. This table shows the different levels of coursework that you can be placed in depending on your scores from the TSI Assessment. Students who do not pass one or more sections are required to enroll in a developmental course or retake and pass the test. If your new scores show the need to take developmental courses, remember that these courses are designed to prepare you for success in college-level coursework by building on your current skills. The TSI Assessment is designed to place you in the courses that will provide you with the greatest opportunity for success in your college career. You're allowed to register for credit courses as long as they are not in the subjects you need remediation. PJC offers support for students whose TSI Assessment test scores place them in developmental courses. You will be tested over your reading, math, and writing skills. The TSI Assessment is a multiple choice test and is untimed. You may not bring a calculator, however, an online calculator is made available for some of the math questions. The TSI Assessment test is computerized and adaptive. Questions will either increase or decrease in difficulty depending on how you respond to the current question. You will only see one question at a time, and you must answer the current question in order to move on. You will not be able to skip a question or return to a previously answered question. If you score on the lower end of one or more sections, you may start to generate additional questions. These additional questions will be either a diagnostic test or an adult basic education assessment. Your score on the TSI Assessment will determine which additional test, if any, you will take. The questions will focus on the skills that you are struggling with. The primary benefit of these additional questions is to allow PJC to pinpoint those specific skills that you may still need help developing. The number of questions that you will be asked depends on your specific skills. Therefore, we cannot say how long the test takes. The length of the test depends on how many correct and incorrect answers you provide. A test can range from 1 to 5 hours, depending on whether you take one or all 3 sections of the test. It is important to take enough time to carefully complete the test, since the results are a key factor in determining the courses in which you can enroll. The TSI Assessment Diagnostic Test will provide you with a report about what types of questions challenged you the most. Use the report to help select which websites/videos to watch. Study the area that relates to the specific skills that you need to strengthen. The TSI assessment test has an initial cost of $25 and $15 for a retest. Financial aid provides assistance through test fee waivers for students eligible to receive the Pell Grant. Retesting is allowed, and there is no limit to the number of times you may take the TSI assessment. If you feel that your score does not represent your true knowledge and skills, you have the option to test again. Before you choose this option, you must pay the retesting fee, and the questions will not be the same. If you choose to retest, we strongly recommend additional preparation. The math section will contain approximately 20 multiple choice questions covering the areas of elementary algebra, intermediate algebra, geometry and measurements, data analysis, statistics, and probability. If you need to take the diagnostics test, you will complete an additional 40 multiple choice questions covering the same math subject areas. If you need to take the adult basic education assessment, you will complete an additional 40 multiple choice questions over the number sense, patterns, functions, algebra, statistics, probability, geometry, and measurement. You are strongly encouraged to practice before taking the TSI assessment. The reading comprehension section will contain approximately 24 multiple choice questions covering the areas of literary analysis, main idea, inferences in a text, and author's use of language. If you need to take a diagnostic test, you will complete an additional 40 to 48 multiple choice questions covering the same reading subject areas. If you need to take the adult basic education assessment, you will complete an additional 30 multiple choice questions covering comprehension, vocabulary, and meaning. You are strongly encouraged to practice before taking the TSI assessment. The multiple choice portion of the writing section will contain approximately 20 multiple choice questions covering the areas of sentence structure and sentence logic agreement. If you need to take the diagnostic test, you will complete an additional 40 to 48 multiple choice questions over the same writing areas. If you need to take the adult basic education assessment, you will complete an additional 30 multiple choice questions over organizing, composing, grammar, and structure. Your score on the adult basic education assessment will determine if you will proceed to the essay portion of the writing section. You are strongly encouraged to practice before taking the TSI assessment. The right place is the essay portion of the writing section. You will be given a topic for which you must determine your position, either agreeing or disagreeing with the prompt. Your essay should be persuasive and demonstrate clear focus, well-organized paragraphs, development and support of your topic, good sentence structure, and mechanics. You will be prompted to write between 350 and 500 words. It is suggested that you write closer to 500 words. Before submitting your final essay, proofread for spelling, punctuation, or grammatical errors. Please note that not all students will be allowed to write an essay. If a student scores low on the multiple choice writing section of the test, that student will not be given an opportunity to write an essay. You are strongly encouraged to practice before taking the TSI assessment. If you have a disability which may require special equipment or other assistance for testing, in accordance with the American with Disabilities Act, and you want to request accommodations for taking this test, you must contact the advising office to complete a request for accommodations form. If you are approved for any special testing accommodations, you will be provided with a form to submit to the testing center, which will list the approved accommodations. All special accommodation requests require the submission of documentation to support the request. Requests for accommodations must be submitted in advance of the desired test date. You must bring a valid photo ID and a testing ticket from the admissions office or the advising office to the testing center. The ticket tells the testing center which parts of the test you need to take. Pay the testing fee at the business office and take your receipt or financial aid waiver to the testing center. Before you take the TSI assessment, you may want to study further if you feel unprepared. There are many resources available on and off campus to help you study for the TSI assessment. It is important that you take your time and do your best. Immediately following the test, you will receive a copy of your scores. Take these scores to see a student success coach for interpretation. If you are a new student, you will want to sign up to attend new student orientation. Once steps 1 through 3 are completed, you are ready to register for classes. At the beginning of the TSI assessment, you will be asked 14 background questions. The first question you will be asked is, were you provided with information or an activity to help you understand the importance of this assessment, given access to sample questions, shown course options and resources available for you to study? The answer to this question is yes. You have just completed PJC's pre-assessment activity. Thank you for participating and good luck on the TSI assessment.